Hi, I'm Darren Levine, and in this video I want to talk to you about art through adversity. If you've never heard that phrase, it basically means using creativity to overcome limitations. Limitations can come in many forms, but for today, the example I have for you involves having limited equipment to achieve what it is you want to get, and to gain the mindset of how do I pull this off, not I can't pull this off. So rewind a few years, my wife and I were traveling to Queens via the Verrazano Narrows Bridge in New York, but as we approached the bridge, we were instantly stunned by these clouds rolling through. So I knew there was this fort/park at the base, so I exited, pulled off, and what we were greeted with was this incredible scene, clouds rolling through the bridge, giving periods of clear and cloudy. So my first thought is, I want to time-lapse this. Second thought, crap, I have none of my gear with me. So what can we do? Because giving up is not an option. So in these situations, you need to get MacGyver. First, take stock of what you do have on hand. I had my cell phone. At the time it was a Droid Turbo. Took pretty decent stills. And I had been tinkering with some apps which had intervalometers for time-lapse. Next, how do I mount it? I don't have a tripod, but I do have a cell phone tripod mount, and I do have a light stand with a little 1/4-20 on top. So we might have something here. Next problem, no ball head to aim the phone. Solution, use my wallet to prop up one leg of the light stand to get the right angle. Next, setting up the app for maximum quality. It gives the option to save in PNG instead of JPEG. This should be good because PNG shouldn't have any compression artifacts like JPEGs can. Set the interval to 1 second since the clouds are moving quick, and great, we're off to the races. At this point, I had the wife take some video of a giddy me explaining the situation.
So this is Fort Wadsworth, I think, Staten Island. And driving back, right before we got on the bridge, we noticed some crazy awesome clouds. And of course, we did not bring any professional cameras with us. So, you gotta get the shot if you see the shot. So, what we have, cell phone, some apps with some intervalometers, get a whole good PNG quality, at least instead of JPEG. Didn't have any real tripods. We did have a clamp for the phone to go into a 1/4-20, but we just had a light stand. No ball joint to really be able to adjust it, so wallet takes care of that and got us exactly the right angle we needed, because when you see this, you've really got to get that shot. And we are taking a time lapse, so hopefully we get something out of it. I just noticed now, looking at the side view of this, how precarious it is. It's about to fall over, but you know what? We're getting something. So, hey, you use the tools you got at the time, because shot ain't gonna wait for you.
So how did it all turn out? Well, that's where this story goes south. See, I hadn't previously fully tested this app called Camera FV5, and apparently it makes sense to the app maker that if your phone doesn't have the speed to fully write the files during a time lapse, that it's totally okay to continue to pretend to capture the photos. Screen was doing the shutter capture effect, it was making the shutter beeping sounds. So, quick thinking on site when I saw that the files didn't save. My first thought was to go back to JPEG, and I fired off another time lapse. This time, it worked. The best part of the scene had passed, but damn it, I got something. So the takeaway here is that you should always work the problem. Don't just give up, no matter what wrenches get thrown at you. But additionally, always test new equipment in your spare time at home. In this case, it wasn't a piece of gear that I use professionally, so this particular situation doesn't quite apply to client-based stuff, and this really was a heat of the moment, get something up and running situation, with no way of knowing I would need to rely on an untested app. So the advice I'd raise here is that when in doubt, strongly consider playing it safe. And in this case, play it safe would have been to stick to JPEG. In any case, the most important thing was I had me some fun. And that really is a requirement for me when hunting for a shot. And don't get me wrong, I've dove into some pretty not fun situations and still had myself a blast. That's it for now. Happy shooting.